Hello, hello, and hello, and happy Freedom Friday to all of my Scorpios. This is Queen Amon Ra coming to you with a general reading. This is your general reading. This reading is for the 10th of March through the 31st of March, Scorpios. And so hopefully you all had a great full moon in Virgo. Hopefully you all celebrated the full moon in Virgo. A full moon just in general, no matter what zodiac sign it's in, helps you to identify energy leaks and energy hacks, right? And so, and for the full moon in Virgo in particular, the zodiac sign Virgo, that full moon wanted us all to remember that we are whole as we are. Virgo actually asks all of us to be of service, but it has to come from a grounded place because Virgo is an earth sign, right? So come from a very grounded place, not from a sense of lack or a sense for validation. So you're already coming into this world whole. Your root chakra is developed between the ages of 0 and 7, and so somebody is creating their own stability and getting rooted and grounded. All right. Here we go. I'm talking to you if you have Scorpio anywhere in your chart. Anywhere in your chart. Scorpio, there could be a Taurus that is having a tower moment. A tower moment is not a bad thing, it's an awakening. It is an awakening. Somebody could be having an awakening, and there could be this a rebirth happening here. So when we say death, rebirth happening here. And so when we look at the cards, we look at the cards here, and we're seeing that, and you can have Taurus in your chart as well, and this is your card, Scorpio, right here. Somebody's really having an awakening, and then somebody is saying, the tower moment is not a bad thing because it's connected to the planet Mars. Mars is the energy planet. It's the planet of action and assertion. And so when somebody's thinking about, okay, I'm on my spiritual path, I'm on my spiritual journey, if I feel that something on my journey is draining me, I need to lean back into my purpose because that's the thing that's going to rejuvenate me. That's the thing that's going to empower me. That's the thing that I have complete and total clarity about, right? So anything else in my universe that has access to me right now that's draining my energy, I need to get as far away from that as possible, right? And so there could be an Aries, Leo, or Gemini. I'm sorry, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, where Source is saying to you, if that energy is in that, it can be also on the cusp of Taurus too. That's what we're seeing here, an Aries on the cusp of Taurus, or or Taurus on the cusp of Gemini, right? But more so on because we see so much fire here. It could be on Gemini as well. Aries, I'm sorry, Taurus that's on the cusp of Aries, or Taurus that's on the cusp of Gemini, just so we're clear, right? But somebody is having some kind of an awakening where there could be somebody who is really going through a really, really rough time because you're not giving their energy any more energy whatsoever, right? So, as a matter of fact, you are physically got some fire up under you and said, I identify this as an energy leak. I need to physically put some fire up under myself because every time I think about how fired up I get, my water starts to evaporate, right? And so when your water evaporates, it makes you come across as mean spirited and just not being able to control your emotions and almost like a bully. That energy is projected into your water, and so you look just like they look, right? Your energy looks just like it reflects their energy. And so Source is saying to you, instead of letting them burn you out, look to your own future. So there is a flame that has been lit, some new inspiration, like somebody's like, you know what, let me focus on my purpose. This can't be my purpose to let somebody drain me like this. So there's a lot of expansion on the horizon, especially after sitting up and thinking about certain things and just giving a whole lot of energy to it, overthinking it. You may not have been crying, but you could have been thinking about it and how it's somehow connected to your universe. Even if you haven't talked to the person in a while, if there's kids involved, and you could have a dream about that and like, gosh, I wish I didn't have to interact with that person at all, or I wish I could take my kids away from that energy because I don't even want to have anything to do with that energy. Whatever your thoughts were, whatever your thoughts are on something, Source is saying to you, focus on your life purpose. Focus on your life purpose. Here we have the Seven of Swords. We have the Wisdom card. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Princess of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and also the Sun card, right? Again, like I said before, you're staying on your purpose. That's your sun, right? Your sun is like in that sunlight. That's where it's medicinal. That's where there's healing. As long as you can stay focused on that. So somebody is saying, when I do this, I feel energized. I feel motivated. I feel mental clarity. I feel like I can levitate. But when I focus on that, I feel drained. And I don't want to feel drained. I like this over here, right? And so here we have the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody is definitely focusing on their legacy instead of what drains their energy. Somebody has definitely become wiser. And that wisdom has taught you, whenever I focus on this area of my life, I feel drained. And so I need to start the process of purging. But whenever I focus on this is a constant for me. I'm always energized and rejuvenated on this side of my life. So we have the Six of Pentacles and also the Princess of Pentacles. And so again, this is where somebody was looking for somebody's approval, and Source is like, you already have my approval. You're already whole. And so now you're already whole. You're rooted and grounded. You just need to operate in security. You don't need to operate in any insecurities, any instabilities, none of those things, right? So here we have the Seven of Swords. So somebody definitely walked away from something where they felt like, they were starting to be manipulated by something. Definitely felt like, okay, I'm being manipulated, or somebody can't control their emotions, and and it's draining. So somebody decided to move on. So congratulations to you, Scorpios, for just moving on from something that you felt like, I'm giving so much time to this. It's upsetting me, and it's burning through my money. I could be using my time wisely for something else, but instead I'm cutting through my money and burning through my money. And my money meaning your stability, your security, your career success, overthinking this. And every time I'm overthinking it, I'm getting upset. It's just counterproductive. So I need to move on from something. So let's see what else we got going on here. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Justice card, the Emperor card, and also the Hermit card. So somebody's just severing ties with something. Somebody's just severing ties. Like, this is just too counterproductive for me. So I need to go ahead and just release the weight of it, because every time I think about it, remember this card right here. So this is Scorpio's card. So Scorpio and Aries are both ruled by this right here. And so somebody is saying, I'm on my spiritual journey. I'm trying to build legacy. And when I think about who is in my life or who has access to me right now, and they're draining my energy, this is a no-brainer for me. No matter how passionate I am about something, when I really sit down and think about it, I get frustrated. So I need to go ahead and make some adjustments here so I can live my absolute best life. Justice card and the Hierophant card actually are ruled by Venus, the planet of love and pleasure. So somebody is like, the more and more I think about, I want the love and the pleasure, but if there's people who have access to me and that's draining my energy as much as I want it, I'm going to have to make some adjustments, because I know I deserve it. I know it's coming my way. But as long as I have energies in my path right now that's draining me, I need to move away from it, right? So somebody has been in hermit mode and just kind of sort of thinking about next steps, like analyzing. This is attached to Virgo, by the way. And we had a full moon in Virgo. And like I said before, Virgo wants us to all remember that we are whole as we are, that there's nothing missing, broken. There's nothing missing in you, right? So just get rooted and grounded and more secure. So somebody's about to be booked and busy, and things are going to come fast. Booked and busy, lots of duties and responsibilities versus being burdened and bitter. So there's no reason for you to sit around and lament over it. There's no reason for you to sit around and ruminate over anything that God has already said. It's already predestined. It's already predestined for you to build legacy. There's already predestined approval after approval after approval, Scorpio. So again, instead of you focusing on who's burning your energy out, excuse me, and who's frustrating you, whether it's an organization, a person, place, or thing, organization would be a thing, move on from it. Here we have the Page of Swords, we have the King of Swords, we have the Seven of Cups, the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and also the Nine of Wands. So again, somebody doesn't want to go back through this long and arduous journey. Like God already brought you into your light to stay focused on your purpose. So you don't want to go back through that same cycle of just constantly being burned. I'm passionate about this for 1 minute. The next minute, I feel like I'm being burned. After a while, it gets to be draining and counterproductive. And so somebody said, we got the King and Queen of Cups. I'm compassionate, but I'm too wise. I'm wise enough to know this doesn't work for me. So I need to move on. I need to move on. And so whether it happened recently or it happened a while ago, it could have happened years ago, and every time it comes up in your spirit, you start to think, God, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you that I'm not tempted to go back to that drama. Now that I'm in my light, this is where the comfort is. This is where the peace is, in the light. So here we have the King of Swords, and we also have the Page of Swords. And so again, you're wise enough. The anxiety that you may have been feeling because of this full moon is starting to subside. Matter of fact, somebody may be thinking about some kind of travel. Here we have the Seven of Cups. And so if you're thinking about travel, remember, keep your vibration still high. This card right here represents temptation. And so the devil would love for you to think that, hey, now that I've had to release something that was emotionally draining, here comes the devil, that idle time. What can I do with my time now that I no longer have certain energies attached to my universe? And Source is saying, keep your vibrations high. Because if you really are thanking Source in advance for some things that you believe that is coming your way, you want to keep your vibrations high so you don't miss it. So it's easy to indulge in low vibrational things and actually hurt other people and throw yourself into a cycle. That's not what you want to do. That is not what you want to do. Not at all. Not at all, not at all, not at all. So let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here, Scorpio. So yeah, I do think that you all will be able to, like I said, to get as far away from anything that's draining you. Even if, and especially coming through something where you had a tower moment, where you had an epiphany and awakening. So even if you're tempted to vibrate low, Source is going to remind you that emotionally you're the most intellectual sign. So you will be able to pick up on energy long before anything horrible happens. People can assume what they want to assume, but you're like, I'm too wise for this. I'm able to pick up on energy that I can already see in advance if this is going to work for me, if it's not going to work for me. So you got clear messages that are coming through. Pay attention to those messages. So the message you're sending out to the universe, Scorpio, is Source, thank you. Thank you that I never have to go back through that same type of that energy again. So here we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Temperance card, we have the Death card. Death card came out twice, so lets me know again somebody is having a double rebirth, both in your professional and your personal life. You're definitely having a rebirth, and so give yourself some time to heal from this death rebirth experience. And death rebirth could look like several things. It can look like some people have burned their bridge for life and you're not trying to rekindle that bridge. Some people could have cut themselves out of your universe and you're not trying to extend an olive branch. Okay, it's your universe, so you have to decide what it is, what the rules of or gaining access to your universe. The death rebirth could also mean we've closed out a cycle as it is, and so we're starting anew under some new rules. And so I'm abiding by your rules, you're abiding by my rules, and so we're hitting a reset button and tossing away all that past stuff, right? So that could be another thing too. But you have a rebirth on both sides of your life, both professionally and personally. So here we have the Temperance card. Again, somebody has a guardian angel helping you through this process to keep your vibrations very high. There could be several people who are going through karma, in your life as well, of just realizing that because you had an awakening, you're not fixed. You're learning how to adapt without unnecessary drama in your life, and it could come from family or it could come from outside of the family. But you are saying, I'm solid, I'm rooted, and I'm grounded. I don't need a bunch of extra movement going on around me, especially if it blocks out my purpose. If it blocks my view of my son, my purpose, right? Here we have the Four of Wands and also the Queen of Cups. So again, I see a lot of compassion here. Queen of Cups came out twice. Somebody is compassionate both on the professional and personal side of things of your life. But again, you got to do what's best for you. So here we have the Four of Wands, and I see somebody either have a new and exuberant love coming across your path, but first and foremost, I feel like somebody feels like a huge weight has been lifted above everything else. It's like I feel like a huge weight has been lifted, and so on both sides, on both sides of your life. So let's see what else we got going on here before we close out your reading, Scorpios. Let's see what else we have going on. So whoever it is, both professionally and personally, you feel like a huge weight has been lifted. And again, depending on how draining the energy was, they may have burned a bridge for life. Or it could be like, okay, we're burning up that part of the that cycle, that phase of our relationship, and that burning gives you an opportunity to rebuild, right? So everything could have come tumbling down. Now we can rebuild. It's kind of like people realizing that, hey, let's say, for instance, you're working a job and you just hate the job because of your manager. Let's just use that example, right? And so your mind is like just almost fried because you're like, I like the company, but this particular manager. And so you have some kind of a breakthrough where now you under new management. So you get a chance to, you want to make sure you don't bring that old energy into the relationship with new management. So here we have the Nine of Cups, we have the Queen of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Eight of Wands, we also have the Five of Swords, and also the King of Cups. So again, lots of thinking. Yeah, so I said so we have the Queen, we have the King of Swords. We also now have the Queen of Swords. See this cup right here? This is low vibrational energy. So when your vibrations get low, and you're saying, okay, I'm putting my low vibration behind lock and key, right? I'm no longer afraid of being by myself. I'm no longer afraid of what people are saying about me, what their plots, plans, and schemes are. I know I'm divinely protected. That's your tower moment. I may be vulnerable right now, but I'm not going back to any hostile energies. I'm not going to keep replaying the past over and over and over again. That's cutting into my purpose, right? King of Cups again. King of Cups came out twice. I'm wise. I'm wise enough to know to go sit near some water, go to a beach, go to a lake, a pond, a stream, something, and so I can start speeding up the process of things happening for me. The Eight of Wands came out twice. So things are going to speed up for you, Scorpio, just because you've learned the lesson. Again, if it's an energy leak, I need to release it. If it's an energy hack, great, right? And if it aligns with my universe. And so this is again, sometimes it's just a matter of having a conversation with people and saying, hey, you know what, we need to hit a reset button. In order for us to stay in each other's lives, we need to hit a reset button. If here's the rules of my universe, what's the rules of your universe? Let's see if we can, coexist. If we can't, it's all love. I need to move on. So, yep, same thing with a job. When you sit down and you think about it, you're like, after a while, it gets to be draining. I need to move on, right? And so your purpose will help you stay aligned. Your purpose will help you stay aligned with things, right? When things get stressful, here we have surrender to the divine. Yes, Source really wants you to surrender to your purpose, to God, first and foremost. We're not talking about religion. We're talking about somebody is definitely a spiritual mentor to a lot of people, and that's how people are making their money. And again, the spiritual mentor could be somebody who is a reader, a healer, a Reiki master, a yoga instructor, whatever your job title is. Your energy is very healing to people. You could be a musician, and that could be healing to people. But the bottom line for you is that if it doesn't align with my purpose, I could love you to pieces, but I'm going to love you right on out of my universe because it's too distracting, especially to your legacy that you're building. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Read. Right? So somebody may be reading some books, maybe some self-help books or something where you feel like, I feel like I'm adding to my legacy in a positive way, in a very positive way. So again, stay focused because you're on the cusp of prosperity and abundance. And we're not talking about just money. We're talking about your stability, your security, healthy, firm, rooted and grounded relationships, that kind of thing. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Number 5, I'm adaptable. Number 5, flexibility is your forte. When life throws you a curveball, you can easily adapt to new circumstances and find excitement in the unexpected change. Be brave and bold in your endeavors. That's right. So, again, this is about adaptability. This is about somebody who can not stay fixated on allowing your mind to sit at, I can't believe I wasted my time, this energy burned me, whatever. This is about quick action. I see a pattern of behavior, it's draining, and I need to move on. It doesn't align with where I am. I need to move on. So that's what I'm seeing for you all. Let's pull one last card, Scorpios, and let's go ahead and close this out. Let's go ahead and close it out. Let's go ahead and close this out. All right, kindness, affirmation for kindness. I am full of loving kindness. I am full of goodwill toward those around me. I am surrounded by warmth. I embrace all wholehearted kindness. I am grateful for generosity shared by others. My smile could make someone's day. I allow the kindness in my heart to run free. That's it. That is what I have for you, Scorpios. Again, continue identifying energy leaks and energy hacks. The sooner you take action by, having conversations or and then making a determination, if you see a pattern of behavior where that energy, whether it's person, place, or thing, if it can or can't exist in your universe, the sooner you take action, the better it is for you to start the healing process and moving on, so that you can stay in your light and not get distracted. But that's what I have for you, and I will see you all on Sunday. Bye.